I am used to hearing police sirens at night because they tend to drive through this neighborhood and around the love hotels and try to scatter sex workers and their customers.
Right.
It's not great.
Sailor's
I
delight.
am less used. Yeah, I am less used to hearing them in the evening, and it's disconcerting when you hear a bunch of sirens from the distance, and they get closer, and then they all stop outside your building.
Yeah.
And I was in my office, and I'm like, "Oh, that's not good." And I run over to the balcony, and I look outside, and there's 4 patrol cars parked around my building, and cops are just clown carring out of all of them and running into my building.
What? Well, okay.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So I peek out of my door. I look at the elevator. I can see the elevator from my door, and I see the elevator goes up and it stops at the 4th floor. So I'm like, okay, some shit's going down on 4.
Yeah.
How can I stealthily find out what the hell is going on? So I grab my keys under the guise of, I gotta go down and check. I haven't checked my mail today. Better check my mailbox. Not taking the elevator
Just
for sure.
picking up a strong zero.
Walking down the steps. I'm walking down, and I'm, as I hit floor 4, I'm kind of looking over my shoulder nonchalantly at a dozen cops and an old man yelling at them.
Right.
In a
in
a language I don't think was Japanese.
All right.
I go downstairs, I check my mail, I take the elevator back up. Cops keep coming in. I get curious.
No one's left yet?
I see more cars down on the street, then I see an ambulance out on the street, and I'm like, uh-oh, something happened.
Okay, all right.
And
so
I'm like,
repaint the scene to me. Cops are going in, but they're also yelling at an old man out on the street?
No, this is inside. This is on 4.
Okay, right, okay.
Yeah, they're still... so I peek my head out again, and I think they have they sent for a translator who, I don't know, it could have been Chinese. I have no idea. My command of Asian languages kind of stops at the 1. And a guy is yelling at the translator. The translator is talking back to him and then talking to the cops in Japanese.
Yeah.
I can hear this from 8 because all the sound is bouncing off the Marriott next door from 4 and up to me.
Right. I can't wait to find out, if anything.
Well, me too. This is where our story ends because I have no idea what happened. The ambulance did speed away with its siren going. I don't know if that meant it was transporting somebody or if it was just on its way to another thing. I would like to know what happened. My assumption is we may be dealing with the second shadow law.
The second shadow law.
If you remember when I used to live by Nagoya's Nintendo headquarters, there was a guy across the street who kept getting visited by cops who, every time I peeked into his apartment, it was just wall-to-wall clutter. And I think he just wasn't paying rent. And I don't know what was going on. I think we have another scofflaw. This one may be violent. I don't know. I don't know how to find out. It's kind of scary.
I mean, the ambulance does suggest something other than just criminal activity. So.
I think it's possible that somebody called for that. Maybe he was, he got into a thing with somebody else. I don't know.
Oh, boy. And then it was kind of over?
Then it was over.
Was there any crime scene cleanup or anything?
No, nothing.
Okay, great. Well, geez.
We have no idea.
That's too bad. Sometimes we get action like that around here because, sometimes I'm part of it because my mom falls or something. But no, she moved out. But, the fire truck will come down the street or something.
Yeah.
And that just happens a lot. Because, again, when I told you that story about my mom before, the fire truck is also the EMT. They're the first responders. That's
convenient.
Yeah. It's like a mini ambulance inside the fire truck cab.
Oh.
The fun of city life.
Yeah. It is. It's kind of exciting, but it's also kind of scary.
It's unpredictable, of course, and who doesn't, hate that, really? So wait, tell me again. They weren't there to take you away.
No. I paid my taxes. I'm all paid up.
Right, but you stole all those bikes.
Well, I needed them for my circus act.
Aichi's biggest bike thief.
Yeah. Yeah, they call me Don Jitensha. I need them. I got to go faster.
Right. Have you ever how many bikes can you ride at once?
Oh, just 2.
Oh, okay. One for each leg?
Yeah. Oh, you have seen the show.
It's no my Whoppers. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Ray Barnold, the demon weapon that will drag the world into the 21st century. That seems mean. But with me, as always, a loose collection of forest wildlife, Alex Fraioli.
Squeak, squeak. We're making it work.
Alex, hi.
How you doing?
Hi. Pretty good. It's been a couple months since I've been on the main show.
Yes.
We did manage to sneak in a sassafras on the Patreon where I came back.
That is true.
After my paternity leave. But yes, I am back. Thanks to Adam for filling in for me last time here on the show.
Adam did a great job.
Yeah. I apparently to him, I seemed unsure about his ability last time or something. Because as he put it, you guys were just goofing around at the bar.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, look, that wasn't a great episode. That was years and years ago.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's fine. We had fun.
Yes. Everybody did a much better job when they are all sober and in the confines of your apartment. So, congratulations. Yes. You did well.
I won the award for podcasting.
Yes. I'm done having children, so I think I can be on the show a bit more reliably now.
All right. Yes. We talked about I am perfectly willing to do the vasectomy free of charge. No? Are you backing out?
I know you're licensed, but...
I just bought these tiny scissors.
And I trust you as a friend, but not that kind of friend.
All right. Before we get into new baby news, I have to play the baby news theme. There we go.
And I'm back to editing this time, so I think I'll just cut that to the end.
No! Oh, man.
Hey, no, I'm just kidding. But I have a music-related thing as well. As long as I'm here. Let's get this out of the way. You know what? NBA on NBC is back. I know you know this. And I know you know that John Tesh is back.
Yes!
With the famous NBA and NBC theme. Here it is. Wrong music. But
hang on.
Sorry about that. But yeah.
Wait, hang on. I do have the real thing.
Okay.
No.
No, wait. No.
Sorry.
Okay. No. Yeah. So I did have that other baby, and he's doing great. Nice, healthy boy, just like the first one. We had a lot less turmoil than before, than the last one. As far as like getting him home and dealing with him at home, it was much more. It's been a smoother experience than with the first boy.
Good,
because we stopped doing the shifts, the overnight shifts, checking on him in the crib, every night, and it was just like a round robin of me and my wife and the in-laws and stuff, and it was not fun for anybody, especially when you get the graveyard shift. So, we don't do that now. We have a much simpler system.
Don't.
And the baby is much closer to us in the bedroom this time. So, much better, much better.
Good.
I only have to wake up in the middle of the night twice. But the key thing is I am sleeping in between there. So, again, better than last time.
Sleep is a big money move.
Yeah. Now, as I believe I mentioned previously, we had a scheduled C-section, whereas before the first baby came in an emergency C-section. So it's scheduled. We're good. It was good. It was all perfectly smooth again. Couldn't have went better. In and out almost, but relatively in and out. Kudos to my wife who recovers quickly, just as a general part of her physiology. And so
kudos to my wife who had a baby.
Yeah. And recovered well enough to leave the hospital in like 2 days, which is
wow,
under the average.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And so we get home, baby's there.
You stuck around, like she left after 2, but you stuck around for 3 for some reason.
I love the food.
Okay. All right.
And so he comes home for a couple of days. We have to go then to like the immediate checkup, the doctor checkup, because they want to see how he's doing right out of the gate.
Oh, yeah.
They are over concerned about his jaundice.
Oh.
This begins our wild week because we thought we were going to have a good first couple of weeks with the baby home based on how smooth things were going, but we kind of didn't. So they were concerned about his jaundice. He was a bit too yellow in the face.
Oh,
for a
that's
baby.
Ridiculous. Me have jaundice. Me turn out fine.
As I see with your golden yellow eyes.
Yes. No, my mom does still call me yellow baby. That's true, because I was born with jaundice.
Right. Well, a lot of babies are.
So yeah, it's very popular.
It's very, very common. It's just that his
kids love it. They love the taste.
His levels of it were a bit concerning. Yeah. And so what they made us do was, first they immediately got us like a courier delivery of what they call a billy blanket.
Okay.
Because the pigment of jaundice is called bilirubin.
Okay, yeah.
And so he had a high level of bilirubin. So they have this thing called a billy blanket. Billy blanket. Whatever your poison there. So basically we're instructed to always lay the baby on this billy blanket, which is a pad that emits a bright blue light from a bunch of fiber optic strands.
Cool.
It's like this thing, it's like a bed made out of fiber optic strands, and it emits a blue light. And you put a cover over it and everything for the actual baby to sleep on. But it's not great because the baby does have to be on it the entire time that he is instructed to be on it. And so that means, keeping him on there as much as possible. Now, the good thing, I guess, the bright side of all that is that usually before, if your baby had jaundice and bilirubin and they wanted to treat it with that blue light, they would have to stay at the hospital in the ICU unit. And that wouldn't be cool if it was us. But now they have this machine. It's just like a little box that you plug in at home, and the baby can stay home and still stay on this blanket. But he does have to be kind of wrapped in it. And initially, the instructions said to put on this little eye mask on the baby, but it's not very baby friendly. This little eye mask, it's like very fibrous, not fiber optic, but still very fibrous. And it was like scratching on his eyelids and stuff. And you're like, shit. But we kind of bent the rules and just kind of like finagled his swaddle to block the light out as he is sleeping, so he doesn't actually get it in his eyes, because it is kind of this intense light. Nobody should be looking at it for that long, least of all a newborn.
No.
So a couple of days of that, including going to the nearby lab to the hospital 4 days straight as they checked his blood every day for the bilirubin levels.
Oh, boy.
I had to drive 20 minutes every day to the lab to get him pricked on the heel 4 times just so they could keep checking his blood, which, okay, I guess there's no better ways, and if he's not at the hospital, obviously there's no really clearer way to do it, but it was still kind of a pain. It was made an extra pain because my wife, who was at risk of having high blood pressure after the baby was born, didn't really have that problem once we got home. She was doing okay.
Okay.
Again, for a couple of days when her blood pressure spiked. And it got bad enough, and she had like a headache effect of it, that we had to take her back to the hospital.
Okay.
And so she is back in the hospital, dovetailing with the baby's bilirubin blanket days. So he's only on there for a couple more days, but my wife is then in the hospital for essentially the rest of the week as they are monitoring her blood pressure and getting her the meds and everything like that. So when I say I am driving the baby to the lab 4 days in a row, I mean just me.
And the whole time, your other son is doing all the cooking and the cleaning just to balance out the household.
Yes.
Which is very nice of him to step up.
Yeah. He's still going to daycare. And so he is taken care of during the day. And so
that's why it's called that.
Fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Alex. What, are you just going to throw it in my fucking face? I know.
Look, there's not much I can add to like dangerous medical talk. I can only sit back and say, yeah, that sucks, but I'm glad it's under control.
Yes. Well, I know we don't usually share our video, but you can put your head in your hands like I do. You can go, oh my God.
Oh my God.
You can say, oh, that's so sad.
I could come up with some pertinent questions. Like, what is blood?
It's typically red when it comes out of you.
That doesn't answer the question.
It's thicker than water.
But that's a property of it, certainly.
There's a few songs and music bands named after it.
Okay. All right.
Tastes a bit like metal.
Don't Stop or We'll Die has a song about blood, including one of the most descriptive lines about blood. Blood, it's red, it's running through your veins. If you don't have it, you go insane.
Okay. Okay, so you lied to me. You do know.
I know. That's the one fact I know, is that if you don't have any blood in your body, you go crazy.
Okay, well, fine. I mean, you're a liar. Whatever.
I'm not a liar. I'm just. I'm trying. It's kind of. It's hard. I'm trying to generate conversation. Is what I'm saying.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hemoglobin.
I have told most of the story.
Okay.
Wife got out of the hospital. Baby got off the blanket. His jaundice got better, and the rest of the weeks throughout September and into October now are much better, and he's doing great. Everybody's doing great. Because he's a newborn, he doesn't do much, and so I don't have much else to report. But that is the report. The baby report.
All right.
Yeah.
We got it. Wait, hang on. I have the closing theme from the baby report. I'm just going to go ahead and say I meant to double that up to reflect the fact that you have 2 children.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
We call them our 2 little bagels.
They're big old bites right now, but they will grow into full-fledged bagels.
With lox and cream cheese and all that good stuff.
That's right.
Well, I guess I should say we did talk about this on Sassafras as well, but I did get a 3rd child.
What?
Which was my arcade cabinet.
Oh, right. Yes.
I got a Nova Blast arcade cabinet, home-sized arcade cabinet thingy, modeled after the candy cabs of Japan, our favorite country. And I bought it used, and if I didn't buy it used, I would buy it new, and in that case, I would have to assemble the entire thing, and I did not have to do that. And I got a good discount nonetheless.
Good.
And here I am now with a real-ish ass arcade cabinet in my house.
Outstanding. Now, what?
Again, we talked about it on Sassafras, but as you know, Alex.
I know, Alex.
Because you love to bring it up.
I love to bring it up.
That when I was a child, early teen, I had an arcade cabinet.
Right.
A Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, full-size blue arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
In the dining room.
In the dining room?
In the dining room.
Ray, honey, come to dinner. I can't. I'm about to fight Goki. You mean Akuma, honey?
And I
I'm a
believe
weeb. Sorry.
I'm not going to talk about the circumstances as to why, at least not on record yet. Okay.
All right.
I don't feel comfortable yet. But nonetheless,
Sure.
I had it. And I don't think you've ever seen it, right? You just know this as a story.
I just know of it. You told me that you won it. It was second prize in a beauty contest. That's all I know.
Sure. Again, not sharing the full circumstances.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay.
But yeah, here it is.
Oh, you sending me a thing? Oh wow, yeah. Oh my God. Look at
Tell the audience what you're seeing.
I am looking at a Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo cabinet looks like it's in your kitchen. I guess the dining room's next to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good. What else am I looking for?
No, I just love the framing of, it's right in the inner corner of the dining room entryway.
I love that so you can see the refrigerator off to the left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's what they call a Dynamo cabinet. That was the company that made those blue Capcom cabinets.
Okay.
And yes, I did indeed have it for a few years after that, but I did have to sell it. And I do regret the fact that I was too young to really know about the JAMA connector, or the fact that this being a CPS2 game had a modular board cartridge thing. And so it could have been easy for me to get more games and put more in there, but it was only ever Super Turbo. But it was unexpectedly Super Turbo because I thought it was just going to be regular Super Street Fighter.
Oh.
But they sent Turbo.
Oh.
So it was a nice little, I got that Akuma bump.
Yeah, that is a nice bonus. You got supers and shit.
But yeah, I unearthed the photo. I got the photo scanned, and I will be sharing that elsewhere soon enough. But I
love
wanted to let you see it first.
Outstanding. I feel very privileged. Almost as privileged as a child who had a Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo cabinet in their house.
Yeah, again. We'll talk about this.
I expect there's some sort of tumultuous history with this machine.
Oh, no, not really.
No?
It's less than tumultuous. It's just weird.
All right.
But I just wanted to let you know I have arcade cabinet experience. So I've been
thank you
having fun with this thing.
Great. That does put me at ease. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah. You and the audience. I want to make sure. Yeah.
All right.
So I got that at the beginning of this month or middle-ish of October. It's been fun. I first had the Mister in it, the FPGA system.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't support enough newer arcade games. I wanted to play like the Naomi games, the Dreamcast-based arcade games and stuff.
Oh.
So I pulled out an old mini PC and put Batocera Linux on it, which is just like a OS that just boots to an emulator front end.
The Michael Cera operating system?
Yeah, it's spelled like Michael Cera, but okay. I have no idea what it means.
Is it Naomi or is it Naomi?
I'm just going by my normal white guy English parlance and just saying, Naomi.
Naomi.
I suppose it is Naomi, being Japanese based and all, but
all right.
And so that's fun. It's all set up, and I also bored a hole in the control panel and installed a spinner so I can play my favorite spinner games. Arkanoid, Camel Try.
Oh, yes.
Plump Pop.
I learned about Camel Try on the podcast Sassafras.
And you can too, listener. Patreon.com/NoMoreWhoppers. Just $1 a month will get you listening to Sassafras.
That's all it takes.
But boy, yeah, that has been the big things happening in my life lately. How about you, Alex?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy for you. Two momentous additions to your household.
Exactly. I know. I love them equally.
Yeah, good. Wait, no,
unconditionally. Of course.
All right. Both had jaundice somehow.
You're not too far off. There's like a panel underneath the control panel that was a little bit yellowed. And I was like, I don't know if it came that way or.
Oh no.
So I bought this from a guy who runs a gaming cafe.
Okay.
A place with a bunch of PCs, and he also has like some arcade cabinets in like the center of the thing. And so he bought 2 of those thinking it would be a good investment, and it wasn't for him, so he sold them off.
Oh, man. Well, speaking of plastic fading with age, I've been selling off some of the bar stock on Yahoo Auctions. I have been having some success, fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I've been selling off mostly NES cards. I started by posting... I got it all mixed up. I got to sell my American stuff in Japan and my Japanese stuff outside of Japan. Because that's who's willing to pay more for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I put a bunch of NES carts up. I looked up what they're worth on like all the price listings and like what they generally go for on eBay. And I kept that number in my head. And then I looked up what they typically go for on Yahoo Auctions. And it's always like about double, at least double.
Yeah.
I sold a Metroid, I sold a Kirby, sold a whole bunch of NES games.
Yeah.
And I've also used
the heavy hitters always, are always gonna fetch more.
Absolutely. And I've also when you sell stuff on Yahoo Auctions, you have that like credit in your Yahoo account, and it's like here's how to connect your bank account, here's how to cash it out. There's a fee. We charge a fee for transferring this money to your bank account.
Jesus Christ!
But if you transfer it, if you cash it out to a PayPay account, there is no fee. And I'm like, well, I hate fees. And I notice a lot of places around here do take PayPay. The bar took PayPay.
But I do love this cartel you're running with PayPay.
So I just decided, fuck it, let's cash it out to PayPay. And I've just been, I've been diving into the world of PayPay. I pay for all my meals with it, and now my wife is ironically
don't give him too much credit.
My wife is ironically calling me PayPay Rich, which feels kind of insulting. But
have you seen that movie, PayPay Rich Asians?
Yes. I thought you were going for the Richie Rich joke, the Macaulay Culkin adaptation. I saw that movie. That's the first movie I saw twice in the theater was Richie Rich.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hi.
Now I need you to explain some of the circumstances behind that story.
All right. Well, one, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
my leading theory is that I saw it with. I remember one time I saw it with my sister. I don't know. I want to say, boy, I guess we were really into Richie Rich, but like we couldn't have been. It wasn't the 30s. You know.
If I can guess.
Hi.
Maybe okay. I guess you didn't want to see it, but let's just say the first time you wanted to see it, and the second time was like for someone's birthday party.
I think
that's what happened with me and Aladdin.
Oh no. Well, I remember it being the opposite. I remember I saw it twice because I wanted to see it again. I think I didn't want to see it the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second time I was like, okay. Oh, that Richie Rich movie, that was really good. That was a romp. I have to see it again.
Wow.
I'm glad they're not typecasting Culkin all the time. This is incredible.
No, he'll be just fine.
Yeah. Although I guess they did. They cast him twice as like a rich kid. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Look what you did, you little jerk. Okay, sorry.
I've loved some movies as a kid, and I've seen some junk as a kid. Yeah. And I've done things like bought the Flintstones McDonald's glasses and things like that.
Yeah, I was just talking to my family about those.
Yeah, and like
we had those.
The Super Mario Brothers movie Slurpee cups. And I love the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I know this about you.
But I've never in my life ever had the inclination, desire, whatever, to go see a movie twice in a theater.
Never?
Never.
Oh, boy.
It was just a home video, sure. But I never even considered going to the theater a second or more time.
Oh, that may have been, that may have been the first time I hyper-fixated on something. When I realized that, like, I have a chance to see something again, and I can really absorb it and pick up on every detail. Okay. And that's what happened. Like when I started drinking, was the first thing I would do when I got drunk was rewatch movies that I liked and just try to memorize them.
All right. The first time you were hyper fixated on something,
on a movie, I should say, like that wasn't out on home video. Cause I did watch, I had my Pee-wee's Big Adventure tape that I watched a million times at home. I had my He-Man tape I watched a million times at home. Richie Rich was the first movie I ever saw more than once in the theater. And to me, it was the height of luxury, was watching this rich kid pretend to be a rich kid.
Yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, because that movie came out after Final Fantasy III came out here, so yeah.
What?
Hyperfixation.
Oh, hey, everyone, I love FF6! I do! Well, this is a good segue into the world of cinema, because, Raymond, I watched 3 films this month. Can you believe it? You better believe it.
Wow. You weren't even on a plane.
I wasn't even, no. But I did watch 3. One I will describe as incredible, and the other 2 I will describe as just absolutely awful.
Okay, which one do you want to start with?
The good one.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I'd never seen My Dinner with Mitchell. I mean, My Dinner with Andre.
Oh, okay.
I just kind of knew it as...
me neither. Not yet.
I just knew it as like a Simpsons punchline.
Okay, sure.
But it's... I am so burnt out on modern entertainment, the movies, TV, video games, pretty much all of it. And all I wanted was... I just want a movie where 2 people talk pleasantly in a room for 90 minutes. That's all I want. And that's exactly what the movie is. And
as I'm aware,
loved it so much. I immediately watched it again. I watched it back to back. Okay,
so yeah, the Richie Rich effect,
like a little freak. Yeah, they call it the Richie Rich effect.
Yeah,
I would love to have seen. That's a movie I would love to have seen in the theater, like with the get the crowd's reactions, to all the important scenes.
Yes, of course, the midnight showing.
Yeah,
of My Dinner with Audrey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You go to those, like everybody throws dinner at the screen. It's a thing they do.
Everybody's wearing tweed blazers.
Talking about how they got buried alive in Europe. Yeah, pretty good. Good stuff.
Holding glasses of red wine and
stuff. Oh man, no, it's just. It's very refreshing to just see a recording of just 2 people having a pleasant conversation.
Which we don't have.
No, we've never had one because they all devolve into a shouting match, and I don't know why.
No, yeah.
Good Lord.
It all started many years ago.
So the other 2 movies I saw were, I guess the politest way to describe them is just absolute dog ass. And the first one I'm going to call My Apocalypse with Andre. And it was the Netflix original film Io from 2019, starring Anthony Mackie and Margaret Quaaludes. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Qualley.
Quali, thank you. Just a nothing of a movie. Like the very epitome of Netflix's vaunted second screen content. It's just a movie that you can watch entirely on your phone. And I am very much against that sort of thing. I'm pretty vocal about this. I hate looking at my phone if I'm supposed to be doing something else.
Sure.
You can't watch more than one thing at a time. There's no such thing as multitasking. All you're doing is half-assing two things. And so I gave this movie my undivided attention, and that was a mistake. I should have done literally anything else.
Yep.
Oh my God. It's not even worth talking about a movie that's like 5 or 6 years old at this point.
Yeah.
But
it's fine.
Yeah. Don't.
It's fine. Why did it come on your radar then?
I think because I had just watched My Dinner with Andre, and I just Googled like movies about two people. And I guess this is like it technically is. It's Margaret and Anthony, just kind of, bickering in the post-apocalypse, and he's trying to get off the planet, and she wants to stay. And I wish it was any deeper than that, but it's really not.
Is it really more like bickering?
No. It starts out as just they're, as far as I know, they're like the only two people not on the planet, because there's a shuttle leaving, but they're the last two people in that area. Like something out of a Wes Anderson movie. He arrives at her science commune in a hot air balloon. He just touches down in a hot air balloon.
Oh boy. Okay.
And
good start.
He's like, I'm trying to get off the planet. I'm trying to get to the shuttle that's leaving for the colony on or near Io, near Jupiter. And Margaret's
you could have picked a faster mode of transportation.
I know. Margaret's boyfriend is out there, and she's communicating with him. And he's like, actually, I'm going to Alpha Centauri to lead a new civilization. Peace. See ya. It was nice knowing you. And she's like, all right, I'm being dumped for civilization. And then she's like, all right, Anthony Mackie, I'll leave the planet with you. Then she decides, no, I'm going to stay because maybe the planet's healing itself. Guess what? It was. That's it.
No.
It's those two.
Oh, it was?
It's, yes, there's some brief footage of the guy who played Stryker in X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's the only other role I know him in, and it's not his fault that script is awful, but it affected I feel like it affected my interpretation of his performance in this movie. Like, oh, that's the guy who played Stryker in that shitty movie.
Yeah, sure.
I think his name is something.
There's always people like that.
Something Hurston, James Hurston. I don't know. It's not good. Don't watch it. Don't even put it on in the background.
Okay, I won't.
Definitely don't put it on in the foreground.
A lock.
Yes.
That is a lock to not watch. Yes. Great. I mean, Margaret Qualley's usually cool.
Yes, like their performances were more or less like they have no chemistry together, but they read the lines in the script fine.
Yeah.
It's just not well written. Nothing really happens. I'm criticizing it as nothing really happens after praising My Dinner with Andre and watching it twice in a row.
But, My Dinner with Andre doesn't try to be anything it's not. And a lot of people were always like interested in just that premise, that presentation.
Yeah.
And it turned out to, actually have some depth to it.
It did.
And what do you know?
And
that's why it's kind of a classic.
Absolutely did. The other movie I watched was, you're complicit in this because it was off of your Plex server. It was Star Trek Nemesis.
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. I assume it streamed okay?
Oh, streamed fine, yeah. My buddy Jason came over. We watched it because we watched all the other Star Trek movies, most of them together. And this was the last one on the list, except for a couple of the newer ones. And he told me going in like, hey, this is awful. We're just going to have fun. And we did. It was, oh man, just everything about it was, it felt like, when an actor just takes a paycheck because they want to have another house or a pool, it felt like I was watching 20 people do that.
Yeah.
It felt like the entire cast was just completely checked out. And it doesn't help that it was poorly written as well.
And then they did it again for Picard.
Oh boy.
That's all you got to say? That's
all I got to say. It's...
All right.
Wait! I said Star Trek!
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Thank you. Stop. Stop clapping. All right. Oh, that's media. Oh man.
That is some media.
I'm frazzled.
Well,
hi.
Speaking of My Dinner with Andre, there was that silly, goofy, frankly, flabbergasting video. They did it with steamed hams.
I watched
recently on YouTube.
I think that's why I wanted to watch My Dinner with Andre, is because I saw that.
You saw it first.
I saw My Luncheon with Skinner, yeah. And then I was like, shit, I really like the format of this. I think I would enjoy the thing that it's parodying, and sure enough, I did.
Turns out you are a man of taste after all.
Yes, right.
Goodness gracious. Well, that's good. Yeah, I couldn't finish it.
No? Oh, I watched the whole thing. I loved it.
No. I guess I can appreciate what they were doing, but the fact that they just had to keep hitting every single bit and then other Simpsons references.
Yeah.
I was kind of overwhelmed, let's say. Overstuffed, engorged.
Sure.
Had to go to the toilet.
Like you were having an unforgettable luncheon.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I will say to me, it felt worth watching. Like, unlike any of the other shit, like when a Simpsons fan takes a 3-second gag and turns it into, let's make a Waterworld arcade game, just like that one bit. Like, that's never worth it at all. Yes. That is always just the most belabored nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Hey, look what I did. I feel like the difference here, and this is 40 minutes and I watched the whole thing, the difference is that it's two actors acting and reading a script and being engaging to me. And it is kind of an extrapolation of a joke, but it's one that I appreciate.
Sure. I don't hate it or anything, but yeah, I can agree with that. Hey, that Waterworld game's better than you think.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right.
There's like real levels and everything. It has an ending and all that. And comparatively, you have someone who put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it, as much as they would have on that movie. So.
Yeah, but in the service of what? I acknowledge that work went into it, but it's not a thing that appeals to me, which is fine. I get it.
Okay. I think we're on we're on two sides of the coin there. We're pretty much feeling the same way, just about those different things.
Yes.
Well, that's a good catch-up session there, I would say. I don't know about you, Alex. I think we could take a little break.
I would love to.
You know what? You mentioned selling games on Yahoo Auctions. I have a very relevant point of discussion. Let's hit that up after this.
Okay, stay tuned.
They're not tuned in. It's a podcast.
Don't touch that dial.
No, they don't have dials.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than we're meaning. No. I never thought true love would be making one as lovely as she. But isn't she lovely? Made from love. Isn't she pretty? The angels rest, but I'm so happy we're having heaven pressed. I can't believe what God has done through us. He gave life to one, but isn't she lovely? Made from love.
Folks, we're back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Ray. That's Alex.
I'm Alex. Hey.
Alex, you and your junky video games that you need to get rid of.
Yes. Junkie Monkey Jr.? Excuse me, real quick, because you said junkie. The ramen place near the bar, Junkie Monkey Jr., has closed down. That's the end of my news announcement.
All right. We'll stay with this story all night if we have
to. Great. Okay.
Alex, I decided to buy some of your games.
That's right.
Because I've also decided to collect an assortment of low-priced Famicom and Super Famicom cartridges.
Yeah. Why?
Why, you may ask? I just sort of got an itch to like start collecting those in a sort of philosophy I like to call just like the bargain bin. I had this weird inkling to do this, to just have a plastic bin full of unsorted cartridges in much the same way you would find in a store, in Japan even, the bargain bin of the cartridges that no one's buying. And they're just like, 1 to 300 or 500 yen each. You know what I mean? Just a couple of bucks.
I know what you mean.
I just liked that feeling. And by the way, it's not like I'm specifically filling this bin full of junky games. Some of them are good. I got some good heavy hitters in there. But I'm not adverse to having a couple of pachinko games or baseball games. Right. A couple of repeats in that sense.
Wrath of the Black Manta.
I just liked the idea of having a little bin I could pull out and just like have this thing where I can just pull out a game and play with it. Because as someone who's been very invested in emulation, retro games, and collecting those in that sense, in the digital sense for so long, I understandably lose that sense of discovery. It was a thing where I had a big period of discovery early when I was younger. But then you just eventually you just have the hard drive of every video game ever made. Yep. And you're just like, nice. But I felt like having, this sort of little bin to come back to and have some physical games in it was nice. And it's also nice to have it in an enclosed space and not just put them on a bookshelf and have them all lined up and have them as the background of my YouTube video. That stuff doesn't appeal to me.
How's it going, gamers?
I do have a little shelf behind me that you can see, but it is little and it's very concentrated on a single type of collection.
Wait a minute. On top of your arcade machine in the background there, is that a canister of wet wipes or is that a dehumidifier?
Close. Purifier.
Okay, yeah. Because your air is famously filthy.
I was trying to get some dust out of here because I had a big computer next to me.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. But no, actually, I wanted to say also because the arcade cabinet is also a way to sort of alleviate the discovery thing because I've purposefully curated a bunch of arcade games on there. And it's not just like all 3,000 MAME games or anything like that. And you have this big dedicated unit that you can't ignore. It's right there in the room with you. It's really, quite honestly, a big elephant in the room. And it is more of an accurate experience, the joysticks and the buttons. And so you can play a nice arcade game and have it be the dedicated arcade game machine. That's kind of nice too. But that's not really also what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this bin, this little bin of cartridges, which I believe you can also see.
I have so much stuff on my desktop, I just see your face.
Fine. Wow. You need to work on that.
Well, yeah.
But the one thing I wanted to go back to the point that I don't want to have a collection all the time. I don't want to have those games always lined up on a shelf and have it be like a library sort of situation. I don't think that's exactly what video games should be about all the time. It doesn't need to be, like I said, your YouTube video background for some joker who's explaining the same 5 things about the console wars that we've all known. I think it's more realistic to just have like this grab bag bin, whatever you want to call it, of random games. Not everything has to be presentable either. These are all
we're certainly not.
Some of them are yellow and dirty. I've cleaned them up as best I could, scrubbed the pins and all that. And they all work at least. But yeah, it's just like I kind of wanted that kind of feeling adjacent to mulling or digging through the carts, not cartridges, but the carts of, a hard off or what have you. And so that is what I have accomplished more or less. And I decided, well, since I'm going through this, and I know Alex is going through this, it's definitely a condition. Don't get me wrong.
It almost sounds like you're giving a campaign speech.
I'm very weird.
Noted.
And but anyway, Alex was selling a bunch of games. They weren't really moving, so I said, you know what? I'll buy up a bunch of these cheaper ones and help get some of that off of your chest. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what you're gonna do once you get to America.
They're coming with me next month. I'm gonna mail them to you
because of political reasons.
Yes,
you have to haul them home and then remember to send them all.
Yes,
but yeah.
fun. Now, hang on. This I did have sort of a tangential point relating to your thing about emulation, about having all your games in one place. This was oh man, I still might put this into a video essay, but this is a thing that's been on my mind for the past month or so. I just read Chuck Klosterman had a book of essays called "The '90s" about the '90s, and
really?
Yeah, and it's a good book, and I recommend it. But his one blind spot is video games. Like, he knows all about movies, music, TV, sports, politics. Like, he knows about every important thing that happened. He's
can't
not
be surprised.
Yeah, he's not a game guy. I mean, he's Gen X. I think he's the kind of guy who grew up, I think, seeing games as distraction, as like, hey, Galaga, well, time for another beer. And that's it. So he doesn't really cover games, but he did have a whole chapter in his book about the 90s about the impact of video stores and video rental. And all the things he was saying struck me as identical to like the emulation scene for games in the late 90s. Because like video stores changed the way that people watched movies. Like if a movie wasn't playing in a theater, or you didn't have like, $90 to buy the tape, you just didn't watch a movie. And then suddenly these shops spring up where you can rent a movie for like a couple of bucks and just, and keep doing it and watch as many as you want. As he was describing
you don't
this,
need HBO and all that stuff.
Yeah. As he's describing it, I'm like, that's emulation. That's what happened when the internet and emulation hit, and suddenly everybody has access to all these games. And he
specifically RPGs.
Yeah.
That again were all $80, $90.
And he was making the point of like foreign films as well. Like suddenly, a video store might start carrying foreign films. And I'm like, oh yeah, just like Japanese ROMs. Like we would download Japanese ROMs and we couldn't read them at the time, but it was our introduction to this new experience. And it was, the same kind of sensation. And then I got to thinking like, because he goes on to describe specifically Kevin Smith and Quentin Tarantino, who both worked in video stores, and how that influenced their filmmaking. I'm like, oh yeah, I bet there's indie devs who just in the late 90s, early 2000s, all they had was like a download of every ROM, and they just started going through them and getting inspiration and making stuff. And I think the difference is that, like there's a lot more goes into a film. Like making a film, I think, is a lot more expensive than making a video game, but there's a lot more differences as well. But it's I don't know. I was trying to pull some more meaning from it. I'm still in the process of working through all of those feelings. But it's like I kind of understood a little better the guy who has every ROM on his Vita or whatever. But I still think it's a silly thing to do. I mean, I view it the same way as downloading every movie and putting every single movie ever made on a hard drive, so you can watch them all whenever you want. And I understand the convenience of it the same way I understand it with games. But what's the point? Like, what's your purpose for doing that? I guess is the deeper question.
Yeah, I mean, the immediate point that they won't admit is that they just like showing it off, right? The Vita guy.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, I don't think, too much anymore. But I guess we do still have the emulation handheld crowd who.
And I'm playing. I just played through a bunch on my analog pocket. I just played through.
You're one of those freaks now.
Yes, I just played through Kamaitachi no Yoru. I'm playing through all the Castlevania GBA games.
Yeah,
but but Klosterman touches on this in his talk about video stores. It absolutely was about showing off nerd knowledge. Like that's why Kevin Smith and Tarantino became directors, because they were like insufferable nerds who worked at video stores who know everything about every movie. Because that's your thing. That's your secret knowledge that you want to share with people.
Yeah, word up.
Anyway,
worked out for them.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I can get behind all that.
I don't know if that's ever going to be anything or not. I wanted to put it in a video, but it doesn't fit in what I'm working on right now.
Oh, well, try your best. We'll see how you circle back to it.
All right.
But yeah, that's the thing I try to balance too. Is just like I kind of have my historian streak, I guess, and so that means I have a reference library. But I felt after offloading a lot of my retro games, my childhood collection, and all that, I felt I think the important thing about a collection is not just to collect and not just to have a number of items, but actually, like have something with a meaning behind it, something that you ascribe a meaning to. And whether that is a specifically focused collection, like a certain run, like I have right behind me, but also like something I think a bit more nebulous too, like this bin. Just like whatever looks good, is cheap, and I remember well. It is also a good approach to have.
Yeah.
And listen, I can admit as well, there's a part of this that's just like, well, maybe someday we can have a little game party with the boys. Have some of their friends over too.
Gather round, kids. It's time to play Amagon. Amagon? Amagon. Amazon.com/Amagon.
No, but I got like Adventure Island 1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
I got a couple of Rockmans, not all of them, but yeah, and some other just like mostly approachable games like platformers and stuff that aren't too hard to trudge through. So no RPGs really. You can get a Dragon Quest any version, any of those old versions for like a couple bucks in Japan, but
boy,
you don't really want to like sit there and play it as part of like a group activity.
No, but I mean, I think it can be important to reinforce that games can also be a personal experience, like reading a book. And that's how I fell in love with RPGs. Was I was 6 or 7 and I was just learning to read, and we had Phantasy Star. And I would play it by myself, and it transported me to the world of Palma, which got blown up in the sequel, R.I.P.
Listen, I just can't wait to like poison my kids with like obtuse knowledge, because these are all Japanese games in the bin. Just like play weird Japanese stuff and Japanese names, as opposed to like the American names for games and stuff. It's going to be fun. Maybe they'll even learn the language faster than I did.
Do you really think it's wise to start them out with Rock Board?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
It's just Monopoly.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's really important to introduce my kids to sicko-type games as soon as possible, because I'm sure they'll play plenty of normal games in the world. But if I can get them started on, Famicom stuff, like, hey, it's time to play Sonic Blast Man, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Anyway, I think the important thing is that I want to impart on you, the listener, try and find your own little retro game bin. Don't just buy things and accumulate just to present them on a shelf. I think it's important to have a sort of melange of crap in the corner that you can pull out and relax with every so often. That's really the core thing there.
Yeah.
And buy some more of Alex's games.
Also, yes, please do that. I don't think we have any listeners who are this sort of aimless, but don't just watch a YouTube video that's like, top 10 Famicom games you've never played, and then go buy those 10. Like, actually experiment and play some for yourself and see what you like.
What I did, and I don't recommend this because of the tariffs and all that, but you can go to a proxy service and look at Yahoo Japan auctions and just look at like the cheapest possible games.
Yes.
And see if anything is actually attractive to you. Because sometimes they will have games that are good but haven't been touched, and they're like the auction's almost ending, and they're still like 100 yen. Like, yeah, you could get that. And then you have to pay like the shipping and the fees and stuff, but still, I mean, the base price is pretty good. And maybe you'll wind up with one of Alex's games. Wouldn't that be kooky?
Yeah.
If you want to buy an NES game from Japan, I guess.
I'd probably put mine on eBay.
All right, Alex, I got another dad update.
Oh, okay.
This is not necessarily about children, but it is a dad sort of thing.
All right, wait, hang on. I got to play the theme. All right.
Some smart-ass New York Jew.
Great.
I had to get a new lawnmower.
Oh.
And I say had. The first one broke for a stupid reason, or a stupid part of it broke. And I was kind of at a crossroads. So I decided to just get a newer, bigger lawnmower to make mowing easier. So that worked out, that part. But the part that broke on the old one was just infuriating. Because, okay, these lawnmowers, they have like an ignition lever, right? And you kind of like pull up on this little lever that starts the mower. And
you're off to the races.
It's a plastic lever. It was a plastic lever, and I was pulling it for years on end. Ha ha ha. And that just stressed it so much that it just snapped off. and made it impossible to reliably start the mower anymore.
And this is an irreplaceable part.
At that point, yes, it was out of warranty and all that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'd have to like dismantle the entire ignition box and find
Gross.
a new plastic lever. So I got a different model that has a completely different mechanism to start the thing, and it is bigger and nicer. And so that's where we are.
Does it have XM Sirius radio?
No, it's not that fancy.
Air conditioning?
And it's not a sit-down mower.
Oh.
It's just it's a regular push mower.
Oh, okay.
But it's quite nice. And it's still electric. It's from the same company that makes these electric mowers. But the battery size is different. And to add insult to injury, I had already bought a couple of extra batteries for the old one fairly recently before it broke. So now I have to get... So now I have these older, smaller batteries that are incompatible with the new mower.
Time to put them on Yahoo auction.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But you know what the funny thing is?
I don't know how to say lawnmower in Japanese.
But you know what's cute about those batteries? They have USB ports.
What? Oh, you can charge them?
No, they charge things.
Oh.
Through USB. It's like the base level 5 volt, 1 amp or 2 amp USB charging. But what I did end up doing, just for funsies, was I hooked up my USB little mini HDMI screen and then my Famicom Mini. So you can run off of those. Run those off of these lawnmower batteries that are basically as big as like, a Big Mac or two.
All right. That's kind of cute. Maybe for a road trip or...
Yeah, or if I get divorced and have to run away to a shed in the woods or something, and I only have my Famicom Mini,
Yeah,
that's not a fantasy or anything. I'm just saying, if I find myself in a situation where I have to live the van life out of harrowing circumstances, then maybe that would happen.
Right, because at the end of the day, like you do still have to play Kickle Cubicle. You are a human being.
Right, and you know what? The ultimate goal of my retro game collecting, on top of the bin, on top of the arcade cabinet, is to get a dedicated cabin in the woods. Go there on the weekends and play games, retro games, in my cabin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of, book nooks and whatnot on social media.
Yes, exactly. I kind of got a nook now.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I'd like to get one of those in the woods. I wish we lived near woods, then I'd build one. I mean, I wouldn't, but I'd really loudly think about publicly blogging about considering building one.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Your wife is annoyed.
Oh. Now we're kind of stuck in the city. I've often said like, hey, maybe we could sell this place and just get a house outside the city. And she's like, well, then we'd have to get cars and you'd have to get your driver's license. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. You could get like a really big bike. They got these e-bikes too now.
I
don't even have to pedal.
I'd really prefer a physical bike.
Just put on the headset and pretend you're biking.
I love that guy. What does he think an e-bike is? Like, it's just an app that you download and it gets you to the supermarket.
That's very boomer coded.
Yeah, that's good stuff. They're ripe for comedy.
Something our parents would say.
Yes. Oh,
but yeah, the new mower is great. Thank you for asking.
Oh, good. Okay.
It was just an annoyance to have to buy a brand new one for really no reason. Alex, I have a bigger discussion topic for today. Well, it turns out last time I was on the show, we were talking again about 7-Eleven stuff and that wonderful, wonderful narrative about how there's going to be Japanese snacks in American 7-Eleven sooner rather than later. Sure, right.
Yeah.
I thought we had closed the book on it, but guess what? It's back.
It's back.
1 year after the last round of bullshit about this 7-Eleven misinformation. The story is back.
I'm excited.
Except this time they hired an American guy to run the company. Well, Japanese American guy, so I guess it makes sense. And that was the main thing that was going on. They hired this guy, Stephen Dacus, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Dacus?
And so there was a story from the Times. It was in the New York Times, but also the Seattle Times and the Japan Times. And it was just this long article again about how 7-Eleven really wants to improve things in America, and they are being inspired by the Japanese stores and want to improve their food distribution and all that jazz, without saying so much as we are going to bring Japanese style food and cuisine to American 7-Elevens. No, that hasn't really been said yet, but Stephen Dacus did recognize that the 7-Eleven Konbini egg sandwiches are popular, or at least sort of a meme around travel types, travel influencers and whatnot. And so he said, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get that egg sandwich over here. That's for sure. Yeah, that's what he said in this article. But that was it. Alex did just make the jerk off motion, and that has basically been the theme of all these stories. Basically just rallying around one fucking sandwich and thinking that's going to be like a harbinger of the new age of American 7-Eleven.
I mute my mic when I'm drinking water, but sometimes I just have to. I have to interject somehow. Yeah, I don't understand the egg salad sandwich thing, because like, is egg salad sandwich really that popular? I don't. It's one of the lesser sandwiches. How good can it be?
So I do kind of get it. I know you don't like the sandwich, but I do like it, and it is one of the first like common ones that you see when you walk into the store. I think that, or like the ham and lettuce, whatever. But oftentimes when you look at those sandwiches, it's going to be like half of lettuce and ham and like one half is egg.
Yeah. The ham and lettuce in particular, what's sad about those, and every sandwich in every convenience store, by the way, is that like what you see the ham and the lettuce when you look at those sandwiches. You pull that bread up and it's like 70% empty. They put just enough filling on the edge of the bread to make you think that there are things inside of the sandwich. And then you buy the sandwich and you open it up and it's just, it's just empty. It's bread.
This is another thing that never comes up in this idolizing of the Konbini.
Yes. That's something that American consumers would not stand for.
No, exactly. But the argument is that it is a somewhat higher quality overall, or a better taste than what you would get in a dingy local 7-Eleven here.
I guess.
Because 7-Eleven over here has a bad rap. Some of it's deserved. I mean, every single one around here in California where I am, they all just like are not well lit, all have the same kind of crappy floor, just like not very well put together. There's really no thought in any point of the presentation of the thing. Whereas comparatively, the Konbini, whether it's 7-Eleven or Lawson or what have you, they are organized. They're all straight, they all bright, and they got everything laid out well enough. And that, for some reason, just like enraptures people.
Well, I think it comes from a longing to be sort of, to mimic Japanese society, in that like Japan has this crazy idea that, hey, if everybody just kind of works and does their thing and puts in the effort, everyone can enjoy a really nice thing like a convenience store or a society. And that runs very much against the American sentiment, which is, fuck you, I'm in this for myself. I don't care how clean this floor is. I don't care how good this sandwich is. I'm just here to get a paycheck and maybe health insurance. That's about it.
Yes, exactly.
And I think people see something like the Japanese Konbini coming from a society like Japan, and they're like, wow, why can't we have nice things? Because it's a fundamentally different society. America can never, ever have that sort of nice thing, because America has already decided, fuck you, got mine.
Yes, precisely. So let me just touch on one part of this article, this big Times article here. I'll just quickly read it. That the challenges for this U.S. improvement or whatever include the difficulty of transporting fresh food to locations in the United States far from city centers. In Japan, the average convenience store receives multiple fresh food deliveries per day. This is the thing we talked about even last year. This was what they kept driving home. Beyond that, they have a expert quote here from a executive director of the Institute of Japanese Studies at Harvard. Beyond that, it's the ways in which they maintain stock and freshness and attention to detail, said Gavin Whitelaw. So we're talking serious Harvard guys.
He's named after an alcoholic drink?
It's Harvard, man.
Wow.
Of course your name has law in it.
All right.
But in the United States, quote, this would require a conceptual shift, Whitelaw said. Japanese convenience stores have been more successful with their food offerings in urban centers in places like South Korea, mainland China, and Hong Kong, he said. In recent years, 7-I has made progress in the United States as well, but, quote, it's not like I need to go to 7-Eleven for the food, he said. The challenge is moving out of the metropolitan penumbra. Again, big Harvard words there. Penumbra. And so, yes, nothing new that I've discussed there, but that is the article that showed up last month. So I thought, okay, well, I was ready to talk about this on the show again because they surfaced this crap all up again, and I guess people are now get excited for no reason. And then my wife linked me another one from NPR, an NPR story. Japan's Konbini convenience stores coming to the U.S. is the headline on All Things Considered.
What?
On September 27th.
They didn't consider anything.
They did not, in fact. And I'll tell you what, this is a 3-minute story. We're going to do something special today, Alex.
Oh, okay.
We're going to listen to this story.
Yeah. All right. You just wheeled the TV and the VCR into the classroom.
I definitely did. You know what?
It.
It's NPR. This is what my money pays for. Well, it did. But so we are going to listen to this. It's like I said, it's 3 minutes. And spoilers, it is like 2 minutes and 50 seconds of describing Japanese convenience stores and then 10 seconds about the American part.
All right.
Get ready for this.
Let's do it.
Your neighborhood convenience store may be getting a lot more convenient soon, thanks to an injection of Japanese retail culture, and maybe some rice balls too. In Japan, convenience stores are called konbini, and as NPR's Anthony Kuhn reports from Tokyo, they've become part of the nation's infrastructure.
Anthony Kuhn? What a weeb.
So I've just ducked into a random 7-Eleven to give you an idea of what they have here.
That's Alan Alda.
We have fried chicken salad with sweetened vinegar sauce.
It is.
There's a ticket kiosk where you can get tickets to concerts, museums. There's also a postal and courier counter where you can send and receive packages, pay taxes, as well as your utility bills. Just incredible. Fresh food is delivered several times a day. The stores are open 24/7, and there are nearly 22,000 of them across Japan. Outside another store, Akihito and Emi Asao, both in their 80s, just bought sukiyaki and sashimi for dinner.
Ooh, sashimi.
Emi Asao says they used to shop for food elsewhere.
There used to be a vegetable shop and a meat shop, but they closed one after another because their owners had no successors. Then we got this konbini, so we housewives all went, oh yeah.
7-Eleven got its start as the Southland Ice Company in Dallas, Texas in 1927. Its first franchised store in Japan opened in 1974. Economic journalist Tomoyuki Isoyama says that 7-Eleven succeeded in taking an American import, adapting it to Japan's culture, and improving it.
Originally, green grocers and fishmongers sold goods by communicating with customers at the storefront. They took that traditional Japanese retail style and incorporated it into the systematized convenience store.
7-Eleven Japan's first CEO was Toshifumi Suzuki. Isoyama says Suzuki applied the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen, continuously optimizing his store's systems and improving his products.
Ooh, exotic.
Mr. Suzuki created the 7-Eleven style. It is well known that he used to eat his own store's bento box lunches every day. He always provided feedback and made improvements where they were needed.
In the 1980s and 90s, the number of konbinis grew rapidly, and the stores became deeply integrated into everyday Japanese life. Also, Isoyama says, government agencies and consumer service companies found it was easier to serve customers through convenience stores than through their own offices. And that, he says, is how convenience stores grew to become a critical part of Japan's national infrastructure.
People in rural areas say they'd rather have a convenience store than a post office. Customers all over Japan feel strongly about the convenience and that they offer a rich array of services that post offices simply can't.
The American 7-Eleven became a wholly owned subsidiary of 7-Eleven Japan in 2005. It's now the world's largest convenience store chain with 87,000 stores in 20 countries and territories. 7-Eleven's cash registers were busy last fiscal year with its parent company 7 & I Holdings taking in more than $81 billion in global sales. But with Japan's population aging and shrinking, 7-Eleven's best hope of expansion is overseas. It plans to open some 1,300 new stores in North America through 2030. It remains to be seen how well Japanese rice balls and tofu and seaweed salad will sell in the new world. Then again, skeptics dismissed for decades the idea that raw fish and rice would ever go mainstream in the U.S. Anthony Kuhn, NPR News, Tokyo.
Motherfucker, you didn't say anything about them selling rice balls and shit in the stores.
Yeah.
Who said that?
That was very much just...
Why is this the part of...
That was very much just...
Why is this always...
Look how great it is in Japan.
Yeah, that was literally 90% of the story. Look how great it is in Japan. And then we just make up shit at the end?
Yeah.
This was literally the sentences, again, because I have the transcript. It plans to open some 1,300 new stores in North America through 2030. Period. It remains to be seen how well Japanese rice balls and tofu and seaweed salad will sell in the new world. What happened?
But she says,
what happened between those two sentences?
Nothing.
I don't know.
No research happened.
Oh my God. No. I mean, this... Nothing. This is as bad as all the TikToks I saw last year, where everybody was like, "The snacks are coming. The egg sandwich is coming." And the key thing about this too is that 7-Eleven doesn't put out any press releases or any other news about this by themselves. So everything becomes this soup of like vague, misleading, if not outright false information from the news outlets. And nobody gives a shit because it's just 7-Eleven. Who cares? This is just a fluff story. But I just don't get it. This has become like a thing for me now. And it's just insane how we just can't seem to actually find any evidence that they might bring more than the fucking egg sandwich over here. Why are we just making shit up?
This is adjacent to Wacky Japan. This is Wow Japan, where we need a fluff story to fill this time, these few minutes on the air or in the newspaper or on the website.
That's it.
How's that 7-Eleven thing going again? No news at all. Exactly. All right, let's just recap what a convenience store is.
Yes, I don't want to sound surprised or anything. This is exactly what it is. They, of course, the mainstream media does this all the time to video games. I know that from many years of experiencing the same sort of shit. It's just that now, I just am more in tune with the Konbini angle of it. That it just infuriates me all over again, this kind of practice that happens in the media. Even after this, there was a CNBC video. We're not going to watch or anything, but there's another one about 7-Eleven. And this one had like B-roll of like really fancy 7-Elevens in America, like, big Texas ones and stuff.
It's a woman in a fur coat.
Even though, getting my pasta salad at the American Konbini. It's just ridiculous. So that story came back bigger than ever, but I have something else to talk about on this tack. So last time I was talking about how the French-Canadian company that owns Circle K was trying to buy Seven & I, and Seven & I gave them the cold shoulder, as anybody with half a brain would have expected from a Japanese company. And they got mad about it. So I have a follow-up from that. I have my own follow-up I wanted to talk about. There, in the middle of all that happening, I found this letter. As I was looking for a real fucking press release or some evidence of the food thing, I actually went to 7&I's corporate website and found this PDF of a letter that happened right after that thing with Couche-Tard, the Circle K company. An update from 7&I's Special Committee of the Board of Directors. In light of Alimentation Couche-Tard's unilateral decision to withdraw its acquisition proposal, the Special Committee, blah, 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 is compelled to provide this following update. And it is just, it's only a couple pages, but it's a couple of points here that I think is funny. Most important, from the start, Couche-Tard did not take antitrust concerns seriously. They never deviated from the claim that they had a clear path forward on antitrust approval, but that does not make it true. Point 2, suggestions that our governance was not up to the task or fell back on a conventional Japan Inc. mentality are simply wrong. I think that's right. Recently, Japanese companies have enhanced their corporate governance. We have been well ahead of other Japanese companies, and how we responded to unsolicited offer. We immediately formed a special committee. We pushed ACT, that's the acronym for the KUSH, to find a serious divestiture solution to understand if a transaction was even possible. We conducted 10 virtual management meetings and 2 full in-person meetings, not merely, as they quote, 2 tightly constrained management meetings. We were ready to go the distance to determine if a solution can be found. And then finally, point 3, ACT's unhappiness with our engagement demonstrates an unfortunate lack of knowledge of the Japanese market. Duh. Understanding how business is conducted in the other party's country is important for the successful completion of a cross-border transaction. To suggest that our management presentations were scripted is to misunderstand Japanese culture. Sometimes being different isn't wrong or an act of resistance.
Not in Japan.
Despite continued claims that they had a Japanese partner to work with and educate them about specifics of the Japanese market, they were never able to do so or never shared that information with us. Love it. That was that letter I found in the middle of that. So yeah, you got slapped down pretty well there. That was the end of that part of that story.
Okay. Now, why don't you apply to either Kushtar or 7-Eleven and try to get this done from the inside? Or go about it the other way, or try to put the final nail in the coffin from the inside.
You mean destroy Circle K?
No, I mean, you could be in effect, like, you have an understanding of this issue that I think they don't. I think you could get behind a podium and you could tell America in no uncertain terms, look, this is not, my fellow Americans, this is not happening. You have to stop doing this. You have to stop talking about this in these terms. Kushtar, you need to just back the fuck up. And yes, I'm getting paid in onigiri to say this.
Yes. Well, it's too late. It already fell through.
Yeah, For this year. But next year, you're going to see another headline. You're going to see another 3 minutes on NPR about what 7-Eleven is. It's not going to stop.
I know. The food thing is different from the takeover thing. But
they seem,
yes. Okay. Well, they were related just by coincidence, I would say. It's that this was swelling up around the same period of time. But last time on the show, we were talking about the takeover thing, divorced of the food stuff. But this time the food stuff came back, but also I had a pin on the takeover story. So, you know what? You are still right, though, because when you say next year, there's always another financial year for Circle K to come back and try again. And to be like, well, this time we took a Japanese course and we learned how to present our meishi. And we're going to shake hands really firmly this time. And we're going to understand everything. And this time we're really going to buy you for real.
We've mastered the 90-degree bow.
Yes. Yeah, you got to bow.
It's called Dogezo. This American executive had surgery just to perform it.
But also, like, they're French Canadian, and they are like, Quebec is like, I don't know, number 3 most hated white people in the world. I mean, it makes sense that it's like us and Russia and Quebec. I mean, they're just on another plane.
One of the hardest I think I laughed as a teenager was in my late teens, downloading off of Napster, like gangster rap from Quebec, from Montreal.
Yes.
And it just sounded so angry, but also so French.
Yeah.
And I remember listening to it with a friend, and we're just losing our minds at how silly it is.
French rap is a good time. I've tried it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried it too, like it's a drug.
Well, I did.
Yeah. It's French rap. It gets you real high.
I didn't partake.
I hate that term so much.
So that is another great big 7-Eleven update. I hope to not have to do another one.
I also hope
Unless the story is, hey, they have egg sandwiches and Coolish and everything now. Come on in, America. It's your new Japanese konbini. Probably not.
That would be funny if they did do a Japanese 7-Eleven thing in America, but it was like all the staff are Japanese and they only speak Japanese.
Yes.
Everything's written in Japanese.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Oh, no, wait. I have one last thing. I found this. There is an official 7-Eleven Japan Instagram account in English.
What? Oh, for tourists, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But they also posted a post on Instagram. It's like useful Japanese phrases to use at 7-Eleven, and it's just like it was like typical arigato and stuff like that. It was not what you would actually need at 7-Eleven, which is when they ask you if you want a bag or not. And that's where everyone gets tripped up if you don't know the language, because you can say arigato and hi and ie and all that stuff, or iya, no thank you, daijoubu, but once they ask you for a bag, it's like you get frozen in your tracks. I speak from experience. Anyway, that's the update. Should we take another break?
My. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back with conversations.
Des.
Arigato.
Bukuro?
Oh, my God. No, it's biniru bukuro.
Yes.
I've not heard this term in a while, but skeleton was
it is Halloween.
A term for a clear, for a clear plastic bag. Now it's just veneer bag, biniru bukuro.
Veneer?
Or no, register bag, deji bukuro is more common in convenience stores because it's a bag you get at the register.
Yeah, of course. But does anybody say that out loud? Or is it just like written?
Yes.
Okay.
The staff asks you if you want a Reggie Bukuro.
Okay. Wild.
Which was Reggie Fils-Aimé's maiden name.
Oh, yes.
Great.
What's he up to?
Folks, we're back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Alex. This over here is Ray.
Hi.
Wearing the little sailor suit and holding the big lollipop.
No, I'm enjoying a sushi from Japan.
Oh, did you get it at 7-Eleven?
I got it at the Konbini.
Wow.
And I got my mail there.
Molto bene.
Wow, it's so convenient in Japan. They're living in 2050.
Even a child can do it.
What's up?
I've noticed that there's been a resurgence in the "Are video games art" conversation, and I'm not sure where that's coming from.
I'm glad I missed it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I thought we settled this, multiple times.
No, it's one of those things that pop up every 10 years, because unfortunately we have new people who grow up and think about things in the same way we did 10 years ago. And nothing is learned from history. But yeah.
It kind of came to the forefront on my Blue Sky feed because somebody was, first of all, I had to read this person's post multiple times to sort of wade through the multiple layers of irony.
Oh, one of those.
My favorite. How do I put this? The signal to snark ratio on Blue Sky is so low. I need a translator for some of these posts. Like the irony poisoning, the amount of dismissiveness is so thick. Like, I don't know who's being genuine anymore when they say things. I don't know what's supposed to be a joke or what are you poking fun at when you say this? And then I've got to read the replies and try to piece it together. It's like cultural archaeology. What's up?
Just so you know, everything I say is a joke.
Wait, even that?
No, on Blue Sky specifically.
Oh,
everything
folks,
here is
one of us
serious.
always lies, and one of us always tells the truth.
Yes.
I think that you're great.
Okay, yeah. Because everything here is serious. And everything on Blue Sky is a joke.
No.
And you're just going to follow what I said.
It's kind of in the same way that, X, formerly Twitter, has just gotten obnoxious in its own way. Blue Sky has its own form of obnoxiousness, and that comes from the severe,
Well, first of all, before you go too far there, I think it's just like a byproduct of there being a lower audience to begin with, and then the people who are always sick of Twitter to begin with they move over to Blue Sky because they think it's going to be better. It's not. They're lying to themselves, but it just becomes more concentrated. That number of people who love their irony and the sickness of it. And
that is,
I think it's just, you just see more of it because it's more concentrated because of a smaller user base. That's all.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's there's just such a sheer concentration of it at all times, and I kind of don't know who I'm supposed to be following. I follow people who I like, but I also follow people I don't know who seem to have similar tastes, and all of that sort of just congeals into ironic takes, and I'm kind of getting sick of it. Especially because I'm trying to read for the first time Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, which is like a hallmark of nerd fiction.
Oh yeah.
But like David Foster Wallace was famously all about the new Sincerity, which I think is how Jesse Thorne sort of adopted it in the 2000s.
Yeah.
The idea that like, hey, maybe stop being so irony poisoned. Maybe just be genuine for once. And all of the people I see loving on Infinite Jest all the time are the most irony poisoned people I know. So like, I don't know if you took away what he was saying or what he was going for.
Didn't read that far.
Yeah. So I'm trying to read. I'm reading the book now. It's like the novelization of an open world game, but like complete with item descriptions and every quest. It's
you'll have to. I'll have to look at that myself, I guess.
No.
I'm struggling to comprehend what you're describing.
Well, it's I believe our pal Ike on the Discord described it as maximalist fiction. It's just like, there's a passage of a character doing a drug, and then there's a footnote, and you go to the back of the book, and you read 7 pages about what that drug is, and then within that footnote, there's more footnotes about the history of the development of that drug. It's that.
Oh.
It's that for literally 1,000 pages.
That's called world building.
And yeah, it's a bit much. And like I don't hate that. Like if I'm in the mood for that, that's fine. Like I did just last night read I want to say 20 page long footnote about a fictitious director's filmography.
How was it?
Great.
You gonna watch those movies now? I know. I'm just kidding.
They're not real. I'm reading this on. Oh yes, and also thanks to Sharktopus for hooking me up with a virtual Carnegie Library card, because that's where I checked it out from on the Libby app on my iPad.
All right.
Fortunately, I mean, if you're reading a physical copy, you're supposed to ideally be using 2 bookmarks, I guess, just because you're going back and forth all the time.
Oh yeah, double fist them.
Yeah, on the Libby app, you can just tap a footnote, and it'll just take you to it. You can tap it, go right back, which is very convenient. Anyway, all of this is to say, I got to back up like 2 steps now because
much like when reading the book.
I went off on date. Yeah. You know how sometimes when you read a book, you realize that you were reading on autopilot and you didn't retain anything, and you got to go back a page or 2. I do that a lot in this book.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I meant to go back to video game discourse. We're back on the games as art thing.
Mm-hmm.
This has been going on for a while. There was this also goes back to Chuck Klosterman, because Klosterman wrote an article for Esquire magazine in 2006 that I managed to track down a copy on Internet Archive, because it's no longer on the Esquire website, or it's behind a paywall or something. But they have scans of the actual magazine on archive.org, and I'm like, oh, this is much better.
Paper.
Yeah. And Klosterman wrote this article for Esquire in 2000 that basically said, why is there no Lester Bangs of video game writing? Lester Bangs being a famous music critic.
Yes.
This, like I said earlier, video games are kind of his blind spot. This really proves that he kind of doesn't know, or didn't know much, not just about video games, but about games writing, because this is 2006, and he talked to a media guy who supposedly knows video games, and says, video games, they have a basic semblance of narrative and characters, but they're always an afterthought. And like the entire article seems to have been written on the basis of, video games just exist to shoot bad guys. And wondering at the fact that there's nobody doing deep criticism seems sort of like a backhanded assessment of video games. Like, well, maybe if they weren't so stupid, a smart person would write about them.
I know. Oh my! Listen, I remember furor about this article once it came out,
really?
on forums and stuff. And 2006, that's when I was like starting at 1UP and stuff. And so it's just like, yeah, it was talked about in quite a, I guess, generally derisive way.
Yes. And
because it was like a counterattack of like, well, maybe video games aren't so serious. That's why there's no Lester Bangs. But also, like, the idea of Lester Bangs is stupid. So shut up.
Yeah, it's. There's also that.
So what? Yeah.
Because part of me kind of agrees with the idea that people should be, I don't know, thinking a little more deeply about games, but less like that's not the point. The point is like there were already people doing that. He just didn't know about them. Like when he's dunking on magazines and shit, like I don't disagree with that because video game magazines were glorified shopping catalogs. Like here's video games, here's some ads for those video games, here's a review. I'm sure this person had more to say, but we had to cut this down to 300 words. So 7 out of 10.
And they weren't competing with Esquire. They were competing with Maxim.
Right. Now, that's what's fascinating about this is I looked up a follow-up interview that GameSpot did with Chuck Klosterman about this article.
Okay, yeah.
And it seemed like he was trying to walk some of it back, and he was it almost sounds like he's going, "Oh, I'm just asking questions, bro. I'm just asking questions."
I'm just a little guy.
Because he was saying like, I just found it interesting that there's no one big popular voice, who writes about video game criticism. I just find it interesting. I write about things I find interesting. I just thought it was interesting. Meanwhile, the tone of the piece was very clear.
First of all, we don't need one voice. We have 4 voices. The review crew.
Thank you.
Sushi X, Major Mike.
Okay. No.
And Semrad.
Quarterman?
No, he didn't do reviews.
Fuck. Monitor. Okay. So in this GameSpot interview, I did that once on the GIA, if you remember. I credited the source of a news story to GameStop. And Nick was like, was this really from GameStop and not GameSpot? I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah.
As someone who's listened to his own podcast about Crunk Games like 5 times. Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, okay, good. So the GameSpot interview about this Esquire piece was like, well, you talk about, insightful games criticism. Like, are magazines like Esquire actually looking for that? And Chuck's like, oh yeah, they all are. They all want a video game guy. They all want somebody who's going to write things about video games that are going to appeal to everybody. And the whole time I'm reading that, I'm like, that's not the tone of the piece. That's not how it came across.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, it's also very important to remember that Chuck's an old print guy. He comes from a world where they would, if you wrote for a magazine, like they would pay you, they'd fly you out first class to Ireland to interview Bono.
Exactly.
And that doesn't really exist anymore. Apart from that, the idea that nobody was writing insightfully or meaningfully about games at the time, I still think is kind of silly. I do think most games writing then and now is a lot of nothing. It's a lot of just the graphics are good and it's more fun than the last one. I feel like that is the majority of games writing. But like in 2006, Tim Rogers was already being Tim Rogers. Like there were already people blogging about these things in the ways that Klosterman is decrying not existing.
Yeah, but it was impossible to find because if you Googled video games, you get IGN and GameSpot top 2 hits.
And I started thinking like, why? How did this happen? How did these diverge? I think it's very simple. It's just video games have always been product first, art second.
Yeah.
And like music and cinema were the other way around. They're just, here are artists creating things that we also happen to be able to sell.
Yeah.
It's easier to write insightful criticism about those things because they are fundamentally art first.
Yes.
Video games are not.
No, this is the thing I try to or want to impart upon so many people who just say shit about how like Nintendo is so corporate. And I'm just like, the goddamn industry is called an industry because it started as an industry. Video games started as a corporate business.
Yeah.
Period. In the story. Like there's been no organic art from the beginning of it. Really.
Yeah.
It started as commercial products that people were then entranced by and made their art from.
Yeah, and obviously there can be video games that can be art, but that's also kind of not the point, because if we take this back to some other critics, like Roger Ebert famously said, video games can never be art. And then
even another great forum discussion.
Even in his own, like, he said that, and then people started to hold him to it, like, well, what about XYZ? And so he wrote a follow-up article titled "Video Games Can Never Be Art." And in that article, in that response, he even walks it back and says, I guess what I really mean is video games can never be considered art in the lifetime of anyone playing them right now, which is not,
I remember that, yeah,
what your argument is or was, or the title. It kind of conflicts with the title of your piece.
Seems to be a theme going on of walking back.
Yeah, right. As soon as people say dumb shit, they realize, oh, maybe that was dumb shit.
Almost like you haven't done all the research, haven't really experienced everything or enough of what there is.
Klosterman's piece aired on the other side, where he was like, well, video games obviously are very culturally significant.
Yes.
How come there's no smart people writing about them? He went the other direction. And then I think the only person to really nail the "Are video games art" argument was Scott McCloud, who just came back with, it doesn't matter. None of this fucking matters. It's like, there's art. There can be art in anything. Like, anything that moves you can be perceived as art. You don't need to define it as it applies to other people. Just enjoy a thing. Stop trying to sell your hobby as art. It doesn't make it any better or more legitimate. Not all art is good either.
Well, of course,
it's fine. None of it matters.
It would take the comics guy to be like, the accomplished nerd, the real accomplished nerd, to be like, none of it fucking matters because I should know.
Yeah, because he, I think in his second book, he did define art as anything that you do that is not designed to either make money or attract a mate can be considered art.
Yeah,
and like under that definition, certainly a video game could be considered art if you're not doing it just to get rich or be popular. But it doesn't matter. It's so very silly.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter what one person thinks about or puts out, but people still love to talk about it, and then it does become something. It does matter.
Yeah, that's
just by virtue of the fact that people get incensed about it.
And that's why I've kind of been decrying the return of the can video games be art conversation, because it's so fucking, it's done. It's dead. We settled it. It doesn't matter.
Really glad I missed this.
And it keeps coming back. And now I'm just seeing, super snarky, ironic posts on Blue Sky who are making fun of the discourse. And I'm like, are you making fun of them or are you making fun of the others? And I can't tell anymore.
It's just, it goes back to what I was saying about collecting and stuff too. It's just like, just have your goddamn bucket of games to go through and enjoy. And
yes,
it's kind of
I think
it doesn't have to be a organized library. Bookshelves are nice. They do a good job of organizing. Let's not go crazy.
Yeah.
But I think video games inherently, as a sort of toy, they are regarded as toys by a large portion of the population of this planet.
Some of them are toys.
Yes. I feel like they are not necessarily worth classifying as toys, but they can operate as toys for sure. And I think in that sense, why not have a toy box full of them?
Yeah.
To enjoy them in that context.
I think I'm realizing this just now. Like, one of the things that really set me off about this was, like, in the replies to one of the more snarky Blue Sky posts was somebody ironically or sarcastically saying, how do you prove that video games are art? And the reply was like, you write flowery language about Shadow of the Colossus. And I'm like, I've done that because it's a beautiful game. Like, what's wrong with doing that? Is it because it's overdone? Like, that I understand. But like, Shadow of the Colossus is a beautiful game that I had a great time with. Like, it's not cool to enjoy things. You know what I mean? Like, Sincerity's gay. Like, what are you trying to say? I don't understand it. Why is it so wrong to fucking feel something when you play a game or to talk about it?
Yeah.
Or to summarize your experience and try to draw something out of that or I don't know. Like, It's so fucking hipstery. I can't stand it anymore.
I think bringing up Shadow of the Colossus is funny because making that the one example is just like you're trying to make your kill your darlings argument, and it doesn't really work because like a bunch of people were impacted by that game and feel like it was the beginning of something within that person of feeling like games can be a little bit more. That ain't going away. That the reverence for that game ain't going away. So like to just bring it up as as your ironic like sniping just isn't going to work because that's played out anyway. And second of all, people actually like that game a whole lot.
It's like I'm kind of going through the same thing with Chrono Trigger right now because I'm in this video essay. I think there's going to be a little bit about Chrono Trigger, and that's another example of like it's a very, very good game, and I acknowledge that it's a very good game.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need any more dewy-eyed retrospectives about it or how it changed the gaming industry any of that. It's all been covered.
Yep.
If you have something like personal or subjective or insightful to add, then by all means talk about Chrono Trigger. But just to get an idea of like what Chrono Trigger discourse is like on YouTube, I searched Chrono Trigger review and I got, dozens and dozens of interchangeable videos that were all, they may as well have used the same script. It came out in 95 and revolutionized JRPGs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is, not to get on too much of a tangent, but that is like the biggest problem I have with all of the, let's just say, retro gaming videos out there, where it's always like somebody doing their impression of an essay and saying the same introductory thing that the last guy did, because you have to establish, I guess, the history of the thing because you think this might be someone's first video they've ever seen about this subject. But no, like just add some personal stuff or something, or at least operate on the assumption that, maybe a lot of people seeing this already know about this game, but still want to like entertain themselves with some information about it. They don't have to have the introductory thing. I'm just so pissed off going through videos and just getting like the history bit that lasts like 3 minutes or more. I know what the fucking thing is. Keep going. I'm skipping. Isn't that the whole point of YouTube now? The gaming, the algorithm is just for you to just like start immediately into the point, and you still can't get that through your fucking skulls. Anyway, continue.
No, that's it. I think you just put a a cap on it. No, it's that's all I got.
Through your skulls. Okay, well then let's pass it off to me. Let's talk about retro gaming stuff where people got pissed off about it and then pissed me off in
oh no
in an extension. Well, there was Virtual Boy news over the past couple months after I skipped out and stuff. Nintendo announced they were adding Virtual Boy games to the Switch Online service, and that they were going to make a fake Virtual Boy visor thing to put your Switch in, and that is apparently the only way you can play these games.
Now, I was live streaming my reaction to this direct as it was happening, and I had the VOD. I think I deleted the VOD, but I can recreate my reaction as soon as the announcer said the words, you'll need this proprietary Virtual Boy peripheral. Okay. Oh, fuck off! I believe that was my exact reaction.
Well, now, you don't have to buy the $100 replica. You can buy
there's like the
$33 cardboard.
It's $33. It's fucking cardboard.
Well, it's like $25.99 or something list price, or something.
I'm gonna make my own.
Well, maybe you got to get those special lenses.
I'm gonna 3D print a hammer and break my own Switch.
That's not really what I wanted to talk about, though. But I did kind of want to talk about the Virtual Boy in general, because after that happened, that announcement and everything, I was renewed to look back at the 2 Virtual Boys that I own and try and sell them at some point. Now, I did get a Virtual Boy at launch, and that is one of them that I own. I bought the Virtual Boy for its $150 launch price in 1995 with Mario's Tennis and a rebate coupon for a pack of batteries. Not the actual batteries. A rebate for Duracells. Thank you, Nintendo. And after that, I got a few games for it, and then Nintendo gave up, and I couldn't get any more games for it. But it definitely has a bad reputation because people couldn't get over the red color thing and didn't really grasp the stereoscopic 3D concept, or the novelty of it, rather. Even though Nintendo loves their stereoscopic 3D. Oh man, it started before that. It happened after it. It will probably continue afterward. They will find something new to make with stereoscopic 3D. But, I was getting ready to fix one of these, and I fixed one and found out, it had one of the classic problems where the ribbon cable to one of the lenses is coming apart because the ribbon cables are not like inserted into a typical connector. They're glued on.
What?
And so, a system that is 30 years old, now relying on glue to hold together the ribbon cables on its piece of electronics, is crazy. You find out quickly, after inspecting all of the Virtual Boy's internals and knowing about all of its problems, that, even if the games were great and it was a great system, the thing is still built like shit. Very cheaply made internally, I would say. Outside, fine. Big, thick Nintendo plastic works well. We know, Nintendo's not going to make anything that cracks as soon as you drop it. But inside, oh my God. It's just
now, hang on. This may just be an urban legend. This may just be an urban legend that I heard, but once you open that thing up inside, did you see a blue switch?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
No.
Somebody on the school ground told me you could just turn everything blue.
Yeah. Oh, man, if only it was that easy, right? If only. It's like how the Super Game Boy 2 has the Super Game Boy 1 borders. And once you know that, you don't need to fuck with the first one ever. But
that's right.
But, I went back and I was playing more Virtual Boy games in a more authentic manner on my VR headset, on my old Oculus Quest. And you can sideload an emulator app, and you can play Virtual Boy games in 3D and as zoomed in or zoomed out as you want. And I try to get a little bit zoomed out just for the actual extra accuracy of actually looking through a Virtual Boy, where it's not just a big screen in front of your face. It's actually a somewhat small thing. And, enjoying some games again. I think people do get awfully mean about the Virtual Boy, and they like to complain about the red. They say it gives you headaches, and that's not true if you are not someone who gets the headaches from the thing. It's not that bad. Adjust the IPD slider, the pupil distance slider, and the focus and all that, and maybe you can have a good time. Just don't, hang out with it for 3 hours in one sitting. They want you to take a break. Please take a break, and you'll be fine. I just think the Virtual Boy is fascinating, generally. It was such a weird piece of technology. Nintendo, specifically Gunpei Yokoi, saw this technology from an American company, an American inventor, to make this stereoscopic little eyepiece thing, and it only displayed red, but he was like, you know what? We can add a 32-bit processor to this. We can make some fun games, probably. And we'll make this little...
Nintendo is doing something about it.
Nintendo did something about it, and they made this little 3D viewer box, basically. And it's just fascinating to me. And what's also fascinating are the games themselves. Most of the games are fine. There's only a couple of actually bad, nothing games for the Virtual Boy. The thing is, and the thing that people don't fully understand, I think, is that a lot of those games are just arcadey. Even compared to stuff on the Super Famicom, a lot of Virtual Boy games are just kind of quick hit sorts of arcadey games. Wario Land, not so much. Wario Land is real Wario Land, but everything else, like Mario Clash, Red Alarm, Tellero Boxer, which is just Robot Punch-Out, those are all arcadey experiences. And if you're into that, it's not that bad. But man, yeah, just the whole history of that system is more fascinating to me than infuriating. And people are just so eager to diss on it. It's just kind of a novel thing. That's just such a Nintendo thing to begin with. Such a novel little 3D box. If you can get past the red, you can actually find some decent games to play. But people get hung up on the red, and a lot of people also diss it because they haven't played it. And so they just hear like, oh yeah, that was the thing that gave you headaches. Like back in the day, it was like, oh, this anime gives you seizures because of Pokemon. The blinking lights will give you seizures. It's like, no, that's not really the case.
At any point, did any Virtual Boy game try to do a bomb defusal, cut the red wire gag?
No, they were all very carefully constructed to not deal in color too much.
Well, if I made a Virtual Boy game, that would be the first thing that happens.
And it is like weirdly impressive hardware too. I mean, 32-bit CPU. It has like a working resolution that is like widescreen. It's like a wider screen than the GBA was. And so, and it's also an NEC CPU. And then that means, for whatever reason, the music sounds like TurboGrafx music. All the games sound like they're TurboGrafx games, which is great for me. Some of my favorite music is from TurboGrafx. But then Hudson only made like a couple games for it. Like, you think they would be all in on that shit. That didn't work out, but yeah. The Hudson games are some of the worst ones comparatively. Stupid. But yeah, I was loving the Virtual Boy again after Nintendo announced that stuff. And so I fixed up the one and I sold it. And I think I'll keep my original childhood one around a little bit longer. We'll see. I got rid of most of the games. I was like considering, should I just get a flash cart? But on the other hand, the emulator on the VR works pretty well. It's just one of those things. Anyway, Virtual Boy's all right with me. That's my story. I'd say play Bound High. Virtual Boy Wario Land is, of course, probably the killer app. But the thing is also, like, Wario Land is the one that you don't need to play in 3D that much, or at least not on a Virtual Boy, because I know people like the 3DS emulator, the Virtual Boy emulator on 3DS, which recreates the 3D, of course. And in that sense, yeah, if you just want to play Wario Land, go for it. But I think, there's something to be said about being in that dark visor and the stereo speakers right next to your ears. It's kind of cool. Still kind of neat.
How do you, and I guess how does a lot of the like preservationist community feel about Ted Turner's attempts to fully colorize all of the Virtual Boy library?
I think they're fine with it. The problem is not the colors. I think everybody would be fine if we could get some colorized Virtual Boy games, but it doesn't bother me that much. I'm fine. I like the 3D stuff.
Yeah, the red does bother me just because that's how I am, and it's if you put just one thing in front of me, it's going to overwhelm me.
Have you ever played one?
Boy, once or twice in a store. That's about it.
Okay,
I'm sure they're fun. I got no complaints about it. It's just it's not asking. For me.
I just was wondering what your experience was. Yeah, it is at the end of the day just kind of like one of those old timey penny arcade, not the comic, but the penny arcade viewing boxes where you look at a stereoscopic picture of like a flapper or something. But but it's Nintendo making Mario games. It's fun. That's all.
It's Princess Peach doing the Charleston on top of a flagpole.
I guess I would say keep an open mind when the Switch one comes out and do your best to try it with the least expense.
Well, counterpoint, I'm not.
Try it.
No.
It's funny. They keep coming out with unreleased Virtual Boy games. There was like a baseball sequel that just came out. It's just
Baseball
like, wow,
2?
They made a lot of Virtual Boy games that never saw the light of day, I guess.
Oh, wow.
They were ready to give it more support, but Nintendo was just like, no, thank you. We're done. Please direct your attention to the N64.
Speaking of being done.
You and me.
I think, well, for today.
For today, yes.
We have to maintain a business relationship because I technically still owe you a sack of sliders.
Oh, that'd be good, yeah. I bought a bunch of hot dogs at Costco this weekend. I got my lunch set for the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
By the way, what's your opinion on calling hot dogs glizzy? Is that what they call it?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Some regional thing now.
Lizzie?
It was like a regional thing that became like one of these Gen Z trends. No, on the TikTok where they do these challenges. No, it was something like that, but it was just like, for some reason, calling hot dogs glizzies was rising up in popularity.
All right. No, I don't know about that. I do know, and
I mean, you hate it, right? Let's just say right now you hate
it's
that
awful.
word. Okay, that's
I'm gonna steal this story from previous substitute co-host Adam, but I think his brother was going to Chicago and he wanted to get a Chicago hot dog, and he told his brother, "Look, when you go up to the guy, ask him to drag it true to garden." He says, "Okay, what does that mean?" That just means they load it up with all the vegetables they have. So you got to tell the guy, drag it true to garden. And his brother,
that lisp.
Yeah, you got to do it in the accent. Yeah. And his brother goes to a hot dog cart, and he's like, "Yeah, give me a foot long. Oh, and could you throw it true to garden?" And the guy's like, "You mean drag it true to garden?" Yeah, that. All right. And I'm sure.
Down the line.
Yeah. If anybody wants I mean, look, I don't want to say that it's vegan friendly, but it's probably got a lot of vegetables on it. If you're ever in Chicago, right, you could do it at home too.
No, of course.
That's all I got.
Okay, great. And well, that's No More Whoppers. Thanks everybody very much for listening. You can go to our website, nomorewhoppers.com, for our list of links, including to our Patreon, patreon.com/nomorewhoppers. You can get the whole Nomo Woco slate of podcasts for $1. You can start as a gold subscriber and get access to our bonus show, after show to this show, Sassafras, No More Whoppers Sassafras, where we just do some more talking. But of course, if you are really, really into it, go up to $5 a month and get access to this show, No More Whoppers, a week early. You get access to Draw Game, our new video game anime show, early, and access to the Draw Game bonus show, Draw Game Type S, where we talk about subs instead of dubs on that particular show. The first one of those just came out as we're
That's
talking.
Right. Ninja Ryukenden.
Or Ninja Gaiden.
Or Ninja Gaiden.
I just wrote Ninja Gaiden, but that's
what?
Okay.
But you wrote on the list. You wrote it as Ryukenden, so that's what I wrote. That's what I posted the episode as.
That's fine. Okay.
I thought.
Well, it turns out, folks, my word is Bond. Yes, and of course, to our Discord as well. We have a link up there. Everybody's free to come in and say hi. Please do. The merch situation changed.
Yeah.
We don't really have merch right now anymore.
We will, we'll get on that in time.
If I may take you aside, Alex, for some inside baseball. We should have a merch
meeting. Not by the ear. Oh, yes, we should.
Let's do that. Let's do that pretty soon.
Okay.
We had no voicemail this week, but our phone number typically is 805-NMW-TALK. That's 805-669-8255. How about this? You tell us, folks, if you have any opinions of the Virtual Boy. Did you play it? Did you like it? Did you not?
Did you have the same experience as Kramer living with the Kenny Rogers Roasters sign, where you played too much Virtual Boy and then you burst into a friend's apartment and you put tomato juice in your cereal because you thought it was milk?
Yeah.
Did you do that? And also, can we laugh at you about it?
Let's rewrite that episode to do that.
All right. Kenny Rogers Virtual Boy. Virtual Boy Roasters?
No.
Oh.
Let us know what you think about the Virtual Boy, provided that I may mock you. So just get ready for that. And that's the voicemail, 805-NMW-TALK. And you and I, Alex, are on the internet by ourselves.
That's right. You can find me at pitui.org. That's pitohui.org. That's also me on Blue Sky. I'm not going to follow you if you're snarky. Turns out there's a lot of that going around. Please also find me on twitch.tv/hoodedpitui. That's about it, I think. Raymond, you're on the internet.
Yes. My website and Blue Sky name is rdbaaa.space. And every website is just a page of links now anyway, and that's my page of links also. I try to keep it up to date with everything I've been doing, or some other fun links to stuff that I have done. Check that out. Thank you very much. But the big plug, of course, is Blast Rush LS. That is my latest video game out on Steam and your Nintendo Switch. It is the sequel to the old game, Blast Rush. Well, semi-sequel. Spiritual sequel.
Get on it!
It's an enhanced port. Thank you very much. Very good.
It is all the kids on the school ground are talking about, so you have to play it before school on Monday.
Yeah. I mean, look, what better recommendation do you need than the fact that Alex played this one?
Yes! Wait, I played the other one too.
Not as much.
That's true. But I like them both. Buy them both!
And didn't talk about the other one as much, so it's fine.
Oh.
See? Makes me feel proud that I made an improvement. So yes, check that out. It's made by me, but also my game company, Bipedal Dog. The website for that is bipedal.dog. Alex, thank you so much for being a good sport.
Anytime.
Everybody else, keep your nose clean, and we'll see you next time. Gold subscribers, stick around till after the show. Books, they're good for reading, and it turns out they're good for eating.
I forgot what I was going to say. I had something. Hang on.
Culkin
damn near killed him?